The death of the old me is gone, and I know she's gone. But like Shannon said, Teresa's still here. She's still fighting like heck to get answers and get better. But I hope that I can help other people by going through this.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 tongue cancer about 7 years ago. I've lost about 9 teeth. Chewing is very, very hard, but I also had 3/4 of my tongue cut out, and I choke. So I have to have somebody with me when I eat at all times. Eventually, I will lose all my teeth and my entire jawbone will die. When my jawbone dies completely, and if it caves in, I won't be able to eat anything by mouth. And talking will probably not happen either. Before I was diagnosed, I felt like I had it all. I loved my job. I did a lot of public speaking. My family was great. We got to travel all over the place. When the diagnosis came and my surgery, it was like everything fell out from underneath me.
I got sick literally overnight 6 years ago now. I was first diagnosed with chronic intractable migraines, which basically means I have migraines that do not respond to any treatment. And the best way I can describe it is if I would imagine what it would feel like to have somebody take a knife and just repeatedly stab me in my skull. It's sharp enough that it just stops you in your tracks. So my life before this happened 6 years ago, I was 35 and really feeling like I was at the top of my game in my career. The higher I could climb that corporate ladder, the happier I was. I thought I was really happy, just living to work.
I've had my illness, POTS, for about 5 to 7 years. In the last 2 months, I had a sudden onset of autoimmune diseases that they are discovering, and there's been new ones every day, like mast cell activation syndrome occurred after I had gallbladder surgery. And now there's a working diagnosis for multiple sclerosis. Now I feel like I can't dream, I can't plan, I can't think of the future or wonder what the future will be because I don't know what the future will be. My life dream was always to be a mom. I have 3 kids, so I try to plan it out pretty well. Towards the mid-afternoon is whenever I start to eat. And that's usually whenever all the symptoms come on. Like afternoons, things get, sorry, I'm really crying. Sorry. I want to be present for my kids. I don't always have the energy. I'm exhausted from whatever is wrong with me, which we don't really know all of the diagnoses that make me so extremely fatigued. But I do try to keep up with my kids and try to keep a smile on around them. Because they're young. I planned to be home and to do fun things with them and not have somebody else do it for me.
My daughter was 6 when I was diagnosed, and We tried to shield her from everything. But she knew. Kids, they know whether you think they do or not. And they get it. Do what you can do and cherish the moments that you can do things better. Your mom, no matter what you're going through. And they know that.
Thank you for saying that.
I lost Shannon. One of the things that makes you who you are is your speech, is the sound of your voice. And now it's completely changed. I can't go back to public speaking. And now it's a struggle to make sure I can be heard, that I can be acknowledged.
I'm ashamed to even say it, but I used to work with people who suffered from migraines, and they would miss a ton of work. And I feel so guilty that I even questioned back then, like, oh, are they really sick? They just don't want to work. And I experienced that firsthand when I was struggling at the worst point of my illness, with people talking about me behind my back and saying, there's no way she's sick. She looks fine. There's nothing wrong with her. It's soul crushing to have somebody question your character and you really don't know how to defend yourself anymore.
It is a fear. I do wonder what people are thinking. I do wonder if people think that, well, maybe it's just anxiety. Maybe she's just making this up for attention or something. I've lost a lot of friends because of it, and they don't really take my health as serious as it is, and I had to let go of that.
I absolutely think that people define themselves by their jobs or their careers. When I think back to when I was working, most of my conversations with other adults were around work. That was what life kind of revolved around. Once you're taken out of that position where you no longer have that career and you're not involved in that life, I noticed people that I had built really strong relationships with in the corporate world started to kind of fall away because we no longer had that in common. Conversation doesn't revolve, it seems like, around what people are, who we are, right? What our character is, what we enjoy doing for fun.
It's like you're judged and put on a certain category based on your job. And when you lose that, it's almost like you're put in a lower class level. There's still some loss of identity and class structure because you aren't where you thought you should be or would be.
It's so hard hearing both of your stories because I was a stay-at-home mom before, and I'm still a stay-at-home mom. More than anything, I love to cook for my family. I love to be the best for my family. I love to make them laugh. And so being the one that needs help, and so I've just lost, I guess, the ability to serve them, which is nothing in comparison to what you guys have lost. And
Don't say that.
I don't agree with that either, Sabrina. Your role as a mom is such a huge, important role. And Shannon will agree, right? That is the hardest job I think you can ever have. Don't sell yourself short on that at all.
You guys lost a lot of what you did, and I don't want to compare, but okay, thank you. I'm a lot stronger than I realized. Being sick drew that out of me, and I felt like any label that was thrown on me before, that I was quiet or that I was timid or I was hesitant, was kind of thrown off. I feel invincible going through all of this. And I've learned about the world is that people rise up. Like when there is a need, some will run and flee because trouble scares them, but people come like out of nowhere and like, hey, what do you need? Hey, can I help you with this? Or what can I do for you? And that's been amazing. And it's kind of weird. I'm like, I haven't talked to you in 3 years. Like, I can't receive love from you. They're like, just let me love you.
I used to think the old Shannon was the better Shannon. And I think I've realized today, with your help, Sabrina, and your help, Teresa, that I am the best Shannon I've ever been right now, today. And tomorrow, I will be the best Shannon tomorrow that I've ever been. You will be the best Sabrina, and you will be the best Teresa, and we're okay, even though we're not okay. I'm strong, but I'm a crybaby.
Oh, I'm crying over here too. So
I can't imagine the people that you're going to speak into and the people that you are speaking into. Your story is changing lives and helping people cope. Thank you for who you are, and thank you for fighting during a crazy, crazy difficult time. It's made a difference in my life, so thank you.
I think it finally hit me today when you said that this is the better Teresa, this is the better me. And Shannon, I remember you saying that you felt like you had lost your voice, and that you can't public speak anymore. And I would disagree with that. I think that your voice is probably louder now than it has been. You speak with such conviction and such passion, and you're so inspiring. So don't ever think that your voice is gone, because you still use it very beautifully and very powerfully. And like Sabrina said, you have you've really made a difference in my life just from talking to you today. So thank you.
Your word gives me hope. Thank you.